Terrible shooting inside a subway station in Brooklyn. It shows people on a train. Watch this. They're ducking for cover, trying to hide.
The subway sounds like a great alternative to paying that $9. A huge win for New York just came in today. Congestion pricing has officially gotten the axe thanks to President Trump revoking federal approval of this widely unpopular tax on the working class. Because that's all it is, a brazen money grab that was charging drivers $9 just to enter Manhattan below 60th Street. And prices are even higher for truck drivers, which is putting a huge strain on small businesses.
These are the scam congestion price cameras. Every New Yorker should get their ass in the city. You work here, cop, fireman, teacher, hot dog stand owner, get out here, cover your license plates, and tell this city and state to go themselves, like I'm doing.
So as a New Yorker who drives in the city, you know that I've been pissed off about this, but it is soon coming to an end. Trump posted on Truth Social, congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan and all of New York is saved. Long live the king. And now Trump saying the words long live the king is getting elite Democrats triggered. Here was Governor Kathy Hochul's response.
I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. And we sure as hell are not going to start now. The streets of this city where battles were fought, we stood up to a king, and we won then.
All right, listen to us, you witch. If you really wanted to defy the king and live up to those principles, whatever happened to no taxation without representation? Does that ring a bell? Oh, guess you conveniently forgot about that. The borough president of Manhattan, Mark Levine, tweeted this response to Trump. Is His Majesty going to fill the $15 billion hole he just blew in the MTA's capital plan? So let me get this straight. You don't have $15 billion for the MTA, yet you did have that $15 billion to house illegal immigrants. Are you gonna rethink your priorities now? And here was the response from the Brooklyn borough president, Antonio Reynoso.
New York City is not Donald Trump's fiefdom. In one short month, congestion pricing has delivered clear and measurable benefits for residents and visitors alike. In the courts and in the streets, we will continue fighting and winning for congestion pricing and the well-being of New Yorkers.
As a New Yorker who pays taxes, this is what I have to say to you.
Go yourself.
Stop acting like you know what the average New Yorker wants. Because let me be clear, New Yorkers never asked for any of this. Nobody voted for it. So how about you stop acting like that threat to democracy that you keep hammering over and over again? Kathy Hochul and the MTA say that this was aimed at reducing traffic. And of course, that is somewhat true. It was somewhat successful. There has been less traffic. So if you're wealthy enough to pay that $9 surcharge, yeah, you can enjoy a comfortable commute to work, while the peasants suck it up and are already dealing with the high living costs of New York and New Jersey. Nobody wanted this except for a small minority of, let's call them limousine liberals, who virtue signal about saving the environment and wanting to make transportation easier for New Yorkers. Yet it is abundantly clear that this really has nothing to do with reducing traffic, but rather to tax people into funding the MTA, which already mismanages funds. For years, they've been scrambling for funds, and the subway system, which they're trying to push as an alternative to driving and paying that toll, has just become increasingly dangerous over the years.
A horrific scene on the New York City subway. The video difficult to watch. A man injured after he was out of nowhere, shoved in front of an oncoming train in Chelsea.
Terrible shooting inside a subway station in Brooklyn. It shows people on a train. Watch this. They're ducking for cover, trying to hide. One person was shot in the head.
Gruesome and deadly attack on the subway. Police have a person of interest in custody after someone set a woman on fire on an F train, killing her.
The group of 5 men on a Manhattan-bound 7 train just after midnight on December 22nd. Prosecutors say 2 of them stole bags from a sleeping 69-year-old passenger and took them to another subway car. The theft victim wakes up, strikes one of them, and a fight starts. starts, with at least 4 different men at some point either grabbing or punching the theft victim.
149th Street, Grand Concourse. Transfer is available to 2 and 5.
Yeah, the subway sounds like a great alternative to paying that $9. So today, the Department of Transportation issued this statement. New York State congestion pricing plan is a slap in the face to working class Americans and small business owners, according to U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Commuters using the highway system to enter New York have already financed the construction and improvement of these highways through the payment of gas taxes and other taxes. But now the toll program leaves drivers without any free highway alternative and instead takes more money from working people to pay for a transit system and not highways. It's backwards and unfair. The program also hurts small businesses in New York that rely on customers from New Jersey and Connecticut. And finally, it impedes the flow of commerce into New York by increasing costs for trucks, which in turn could make goods more expensive for the consumer. Every American should be able to access New York City regardless of their economic means. It shouldn't be reserved for an elite few. Now try telling that to the liberals who are always complaining about the wealthy elite. So how exactly will Trump and the Department of Transportation effectively kill this toll? Well, as expected, Kathy Hochul and her cronies aren't going down without a fight. And yes, ironically, they are going to sue the Trump administration using the city's tax dollars in order to keep people paying more taxes. For those of you who don't know how bad the cost of living is here in the tri-state area, if you are a homeowner in New Jersey and are commuting to the city every day, you're already paying the highest property taxes out of anywhere in the country. It's like they just want to keep jamming that big dick of the government up your ass every day, but we're not going to take it anymore. So of course, they're going to bitch and complain that Trump doesn't have the authority to do this, that he doesn't really care about New Yorkers who want less traffic, when in fact, this is something that most New Yorkers do not want, okay? Democracy prevails, and we are talking about federal highways here, a toll that would not exist without federal approval from the Biden administration in the first place. So now President Trump does in fact have the authority to override this decision with the DOT. We'll see how it plays out in court, but the odds aren't looking good for Hochul. What do you think about this decision? Let me know in the comments below, and please be sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe to Inverted World, and I will see you all in another video very soon.
F you! F you! F your congestion crisis! When are you New Yorkers gonna wake up?